In this Blackboard lesson, we're going to talk about arithmetic sequences and geometric sequences. All right, so as you can see right here, arithmetic sequences have a common difference. And what that means is between each number, there's going to be a common difference between them. So for this set, we go from 1 to 3, from 3 to 5, from 5 to 7. So the difference between each one is 2, right? So you're adding 2 each time. So in arithmetic sequence, you could either add or subtract. They could be different because you added or different because you subtracted. If you think about it, we could go in the opposite direction. So we could go from 15 to 13 to 11 to 9, and they would still have a common difference of 2. So an arithmetic sequence is a sequence in which each number is either added to or subtracted by the same number. All right, now for a geometric sequence. So a geometric sequence has a common ratio. That means that each number is either multiplied by or divided by a particular number to get to the next number. So as you can see, we have 1, 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, and 792. So if you notice, if you multiply each number by 3, so if we did 1 times 3, we would get 3. 3 times 3, we would get 9. 9 times 3, we'd get 27. 27 times 3, we'd get 81, and onward. But it can also be division, right? So if you took 792 right here and you divided by 3, so divide by 3, you would get 243. And then if you divided 243 by 3, you would get 81, and onward. So an arithmetic sequence is going to be addition and subtraction, and a geometric sequence is going to be multiplication and division. If the first and third term of an arithmetic sequence is 1 and 9, what is the sixth term? All right, this is a very common question type. So the first and third is going to be 1 and 9. So let's write that out. So we have 1, comma, unknown right here, and then we have 9 is the third term, and we're looking for the sixth term. So let's just continue. So we have the fourth term right here, the fifth term right here, and the sixth term right here. And this is what we're looking for right here. All right, but to do so, we need to find out what the common difference is, because this is an arithmetic sequence. So we go from 1 to 9, and we have a gap in between. So there's going to have to be a number that if you added it to 1 twice, you would get 9. So there's a difference between 1 and 9 of 8. So the number that you would have to add 2 times to 1 would be 4, right? So if we did 1 plus 4, we would get 5. And then 5 plus 4 would give us 9. And then we're just going to have to continue this, right? So 9 plus 4 is going to give us 13. 13 plus 4 is going to give us 17. And then lastly, what our answer is going to be is 17 plus 4 is going to give us 21. So first thing you have to do in any of these problems is either find the common difference or the common ratio and just extend it outward. All right, so now for a geometric sequence. What is x in the following geometric sequence? 6, 18, x, 162, 486. So it's a geometric sequence, so we need to find the common ratio. So the easiest way to do that is if we just take 18 and divide by 6, it'll give us the ratio. So 18 divided by 6, that's going to give us 3. So that means that we know we have to multiply 6 by 3 to get 18. Let's see if that is correct for this one. So 162 times 3 will also give us 486. So we know that 3 is going to be the common ratio. So we're just going to do 18 times 3. So that's going to give us 54. So x is going to be equal to 54. Is the following sequence arithmetic or geometric? So 500, 380, 260, 140, 20, negative 100, negative 222. All right, so right off the bat, we see that it goes into the negatives, and it wouldn't do that if we were multiplying by the same number. If we were multiplying by the same number each time, it would bounce between negative and positive, negative and positive. So we know that it can't be geometric. But I'm going to show you how to check even if we didn't have this little negative portion right here. All right, so we go from 500 to 380, from 380 to 260, from 260 to 140. So the first thing you should do is just subtract each one from each other. So let's do 500 minus 380 right here, and then we're going to do 380 minus 260, so 380 minus 260, and then 260 minus 140, minus 140. And all of those will give you the same number. It'll give you 120, 120, 120. So that means that we know that we have a common difference, right? But the way you would check for a common ratio is you do the same exact thing, except you would divide instead of subtract. So you would do 500 divided by 380. Then you do 380 divided by 260. 260 divided by 140. and onward. And all of these should have the exact same answer as their ratio, which means that it would have a common ratio. But this one does not. So we know that this is going to be an arithmetic sequence. Continue this geometric sequence. All right, so we already know it's a geometric sequence, so we know that it'll have a common ratio. So let's figure out what that ratio is. The way we can do that is we just divide the second number by the first number, and we get 5. So we know that each number is going to be multiplied by 5. Right, so we're just going to continue by multiplying each number by 5. So 5 times 5 is going to give us 25. And then 25 times 5 is going to give us 125. And we're just going to continue to do that onward. And that's how you get every sequential number. You would just multiply by 5, multiply by 5, multiply by 5. All right, now let's do it for an arithmetic sequence. So we need to find the common difference. All right, so what's the difference between 5 and 1? You do that by taking 5 and subtracting 1. So we know that there's a difference of 4. So we're going to be adding 4 in between each number in the sequence. So we're going to add 4 again, which is going to give us 9. Then we're going to add 4 again, which is going to give us 13. We're going to add 4 again, which is going to give us 17. And we would just do that on and on forever.